Welcome to Over 50 TV. I should be calling this Over 50 TV AM because this is morning. It's 10 o'clock. Actually, I've been up for hours, probably since what, 5, but it doesn't matter. You don't probably even think about what time you get up, I guess, on Saturday morning. If you don't have to work, it's great. Stay in bed all you want. Hopefully, you'll get up for this 10 o'clock program. Today, what we're going to be doing, today, I'm going to be diving into the 12 best sites to find a remote job in 2024. And these are good, I believe, whether or not you're looking for flexibility or maybe you just want a better work life experience, which I think most of us do anymore, especially as we get older. But, at any age, why not? And of course, there are folks out there who just want to find out about some career opportunities. So, what I'm doing today is I'm going to share with you some platforms that I think are some of the best when it comes to finding a remote option. Now, I want to mention, I'll make it clear that I mentioned this, that this list that I'm going to be sharing with you, this is a list that I actually give to my clients. Some of you know anyway, maybe most of you do out there. I am a consultant, I'm a career coach, but I also do a lot of work with business startups, and that's actually my primary business. But either way, I share this list. I consider it valuable. I consider it accurate. There are some of these that I haven't used very often, but they still should be on this list. But the top 4 that I'm going to be talking about are fairly common. You all know them. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on the top 4. Now, they're the top 4 because they're the most often used. So I won't spend a lot of time on that. Now, there's going to be a few surprises in here. I'm going to bet most of you out there, or I should say many of you out there, haven't heard of some of these sites. Now, some of them are, maybe most of them are subscription based. I'm going to tell you that. So if you're someone who doesn't want to spend a couple dollars on a trying to find a job, well, it won't be for you. But there are some free ones on here, so I want to say that, and most of them have free options. So there's that for you. Also, as I mentioned, I give these to my clients, this list. So I've done some research. I've got a person I work with who's very thorough. She's very thorough, and she's actually adds and subtracts on occasion. She finds a site that's better. So I want to put that out there too. Now, I'm going to give you a brief description of most of these, except for the top 4. I'm also going to tell you about the monthly visitors, tell you about the reputation that they have, just so it gives you an idea if they're, somebody you want to work with. But also what I'll do is I'm going to give you my reason for putting them on here. So that's that. Now, also, do want to thank CareerFitter for sponsoring this live stream. CareerFitter has a career aptitude test. I've done a lot of reviews of career aptitude tests because I'm a person who believes in using tools to help you to find a job. YouTube's a tool after all. But CareerFitter has a free career aptitude test. They have a paid career aptitude test. There's a link. Check it out. Do your own research. I'm always going to tell you that. I've done my research on it, which is why I allow CareerFitter to be a sponsor here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a series of 12 slides that I've prepared. I'll tell you, as I mentioned, tell you about each one. So we're going to go to slide number 1. I'm jumping into this. So if you have any questions, you can make a comment. I think I've probably got a comment or 2 already, but let's go. So number 1, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. Now, you all know about LinkedIn, so I don't need to go over too much detail, but active monthly users, they say they're over 300 million. Total users globally, this is total users over 900 million globally. So these aren't all active monthly, but they are active. Job listings, they've got millions of job postings, and their reputation is pretty valuable, pretty highly, as I say here, highly trusted. I've used this platform many, many times. I've recommended it. I think this is one of those key ones that you really got to have. You want to have if you are going to be looking for a job, if you want to stay connected, even professionally. And I think the best times to look for a job is when you don't need a job. And I recommend this one pretty highly. I'd say if you're going to have some on that you want to refer to all the time, some sites like that, I would say LinkedIn, and then at least have 2 or 3 in addition to that. That's what I recommend to folks. That's why I give you a list of 12. You pick it. You decide which one you want. LinkedIn, Put that on your list if you're looking for a remote gig. Let's get to the next one here. Indeed. Who hasn't heard of Indeed? I'm not going to go over the description that I've got written out for you that we wrote, but I'll tell you this, it's on here because it's huge and it works. 250 million users monthly, job listings, over 10 million job postings they've had. Reputation, it's widely known. It's one of the largest job search engines. It's a wide variety of jobs. I use Indeed at Here at Over 50 TV, especially like I said with my clients, but I use it all the time. I refer to it all the time. I've gotten on there and helped folks who are my clients. I help them to go through Indeed to look for a post. I make recommendations. I don't sit there with them and hold hands, but I do make some recommendations and I guide them a lot of times. So I do that. So that's another one that you probably want to have, but for me, I'm going to have this next one on my list every single time. And that one, finding a remote job, is FlexJobs. I love it. It's great. It works for me. I use this site, I don't want to say every day, but I'm going to tell you, I use this site at least 2 or 3 times a week when I'm helping someone. So FlexJob is a really good remote site. And I said there's a top 4 here. This is number 3 of the top 4. I'm not going into a huge amount of detail other than saying approximately 3 million monthly users, 50,000 hand screen job listings. That means they go through, they call this list, they check it out. It's got a great reputation. I use FlexJobs. You got to sign up for it. But again, I use it for my clients. Anybody who is looking for a remote job, they want some advice, I always recommend FlexJobs. I probably recommend that over some of the other platforms here. Let me check and see what I've got. Some comments here. Teacher Kelly is saying, hi, Teacher Kelly. Glad you're on with us. And yeah, I love FlexJobs too. Thank you for saying that, because yeah, FlexJobs really does work. So let's get to the next one here. I talked FlexJobs. Now we're talking about Upwork. Yeah, Upwork. I myself have used Upwork and spent thousands of dollars hiring folks from Upwork. It's a great platform. It's it says here, leading freelancing platform connecting businesses with freelancers, 12 million users, over 5 million clients. I'm one of their clients. Job listings, thousands of freelance job postings every day. I don't doubt that. I haven't counted it, but I'm saying this based on our research. Yeah, I don't doubt it. It's got a great reputation. I love Upwork because it just makes it easy for me if I'm looking for somebody. If you want a remote gig, I'm going to recommend. I mean, God, how could you not be on Upwork? I mean, you really want to create a posting. Now, really good, smart folks who want to find a remote job on Upwork are creating videos talking about themselves. It shows that you have confidence. If I'm looking for somebody, let's just say I want someone to do a project for me, and I know they're going to have to be calling folks because, sometimes I do content that requires research. So I'm going to go to Upwork, and if I see somebody who's confident, they put a video up there, they've got a really nice presentation, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire that person. In 1 month, the most I've spent is about maybe $2,300. So you can see it does add up. And if for someone like me, I'm not a major corporation, at least not at this point. So yeah, a couple thousand, $2,300, that's the most I've spent. I think the least I might have spent might have been like $500 or $600, but that was when I was just starting to use it. But yeah, it does cost me as a business owner if I'm going to use it. But if you're a freelancer, get yourself on Upwork. Come on, that is just so important. Let's go to the next one. So that's the top 4. Okay. That's the 4 that are kind of the most common. Now, these other ones, you might say, well, they are common to you, but I could tell you that there's probably other viewers who are going to look at it and say, well, I'm not really familiar with that one. But let's look at the next remote site that I think is just one of the really good ones. And these are all good, or I wouldn't put them on here. So let's go to the next one here. This is called Remoteco. I've got by the way, there's a URL here, but I also have in the description box of this video, at the bottom of the description box, where I have clips and stuff, you can get the URLs to all of these videos. So I want to make a point of that. And I also have the link to Career Fitters career aptitude test too. I started to mention that. I probably didn't really dive into it as much as I should have, but I did want to thank them for sponsoring. But again, all the URLs are at the bottom of this description box for this video. But Remoteco focuses exclusively on remote work, like all of them here do. Okay, it's pretty standard. That's why I've got them here. But this site is well regarded, and I love their job postings. I've recommended this one. It's number 5 on this list for a reason. It's got approximately 1 million monthly visitors, got hundreds of remote job postings, it's got a well-regarded reputation. You're not going to go wrong if you add this to one of your 3. So you've got LinkedIn, or maybe you got, one of the other ones that you decide you want to use. But I tell you this, you're not going to go wrong with this one. But here's again, all of them, pretty much, I think all of them they have a subscription option. They also have, you got to sign up for it, which is, you got to figure that, right? But they're good sites if you're looking for a gig. I mean, they're all good sites. Again, I use these for my clients. I'll throw that out there again, because I want you to know, if you follow me, I produce over 500 videos, I ran a couple companies, decent sized businesses that I launched and started, hundreds of employees. I use these for a reason. I don't recommend them lightly. I wouldn't BS you at all. So let's get to the next one. Let me see here. This next one is We Work Remotely. We Work Remotely is a popular job board for remote jobs, because they're all popular here, as I said. I like this, and I'm going to tell you, let's drop down to that. It says under the job seekers tab, it says, check out top 100 remote companies hiring. Now, all of these sites, let me just get back to the screen here. All these sites are pretty much, all of them have, like, they're trying to add more value. So they give you articles, and I recommend looking at some of those articles if the headline is intriguing to you and if it turns you on. But they all are adding value. I've built businesses. I know how important it is. I've got over 50 TV. Yeah, we're doing a major career summit that's going to be coming up in September 28th. So I'm going to be helping folks find jobs at our career summit. It's going to be live. It's in person. It's also going to be live stream. So we're adding value, like these sites are adding value. Articles, any way they can do it. A lot of them do the same thing, but I recommend this site. It's a good site for you. So We Work Remotely. Let's get to the next one here. Remoteco. Yeah, Remoteco. I'm doing okay. I hope you're okay. So Remoteco aggregates remote job listings. If you're not familiar with the word aggregate, it just means that they go and they gather information. They gather it together. They aggregate it. So they aggregate remote job listings from numerous sources. It's a user-friendly interface. I find it's very easy to use. I mean, it's easy. Monthly visitors, 1.5 million. Job listings, thousands of remote job listings. Reputation, growing popularity with a user-friendly interface and comprehensive listings. It is a user-friendly interface, as I said. It's easy to use. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with this one either. I'm going to say to you, I'd recommend this one too. If you are looking for a remote job in 2024, this is the list. I keep it by my desk. You might want to write these down, or you can just keep the video handy and check it out when you need to. Let's get to the next one here. Don't want to spend too much time on each one, because you got 12 to get through. Okay, this one, WellFoundDoco, formerly Angie's List. I'm going to tell you, this is actually one of my favorite ones here. I mean, I like FlexJobs a lot. That's probably my favorite. But I also use WellFound.com, I think you also can get to it through Angie's.co or whatever it is. But regardless of that, or you can find WellFound.com, and it's a platform that connects startups with job seekers and investors. If you are looking for starting a business, if you're looking to get some ideas, I mean, there's so much on this platform. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And this is just something that I think not only somebody who's looking for a side gig, maybe someone who's looking to do a startup. I mean, you're going to want to use this platform, at least check it out and see. I mean, I know it's helped me tremendously, so it's on here for a reason. I don't think I should have put it, or we should have put it down as far as we did here, but number 8. But you know what? It's there, and it's good. So check it out. They're all good. They're all pretty good. Or I wouldn't put them on here. Let's get to the next one here, just so you can check that out too. All right. Virtual Vocations specializes in telecommuting jobs, offering a vast array of remote job. Now, this does job listings, and it does require, I highlighted it, I bolded it, requires a subscription for full access. You know, nowadays, you do get something free. They whet your appetite, just like with Career Fitter. Gives you this free career aptitude test. You take it if you like it, you like what you see, then you might want to go ahead and pay for the paid version. And why not do that if you are looking for a career aptitude test? But they all do it. They're all, they all learn the technique, how to really in, it's just like they're fishing. But regardless of that, virtual vocations is a good one. They give you some great content. The monthly visitors are over 500,000, almost a half a million. Job listings, over 20,000 remote job postings. Now, their focus is on telecommuting skill jobs and extensive job resources, subscription based. I mean, I just said all that stuff, so I don't need to keep going on it. But it's a good one. Virtual Vocations. It's not my top, but I've already given you my top ones, but it's on here because it is good. So check it out if you're looking for a remote job. And again, I said in the beginning of this video, I said, maybe some of you, the top four, but you're not going to know the eight. Certainly you're not going to probably not going to know some of the ones I'm going over now. So just want to make sure that I point that out to you. So let's get to the next one here. This one is Jobspresso. And I like it. Actually, I just skipped over the one before this, but let's stick with Jobspresso for right now. This is one, I hate to keep saying it. I do hate to keep saying it, but I do like it. It's a good one. It's on here for a reason. I recommend it. Sometimes if I'm talking to somebody, if I got a client and, they tell me, we always sit down and talk about what they're looking for. And then what I do is I look at the job sites, and I want them to do the work. I'm not going to, I can't do other work for them, not all of it anyway. But I'll recommend ones that I think are more tailored towards what they need. Jobspresso is really a good one too, so I recommend it all the time. Let's get back up to the one I skipped. It's called Guru, and maybe you've heard of it. I heard about it way before I started doing these live streams. I mean, I've heard about it for a little while now, but Guru is a freelancing platform, again, that connects freelancers with clients. Now, these are freelancing gigs. And if you're looking for a steady gig, might want to check out Guru, just like I would check out some of the other ones here. But they've got over 3 million users, freelancers. So that to me shows that they're pretty established clients, hundreds of thousands, and that's just hundreds of thousands. I know it's very general, I get it, but it's in the hundreds of thousands. I can't give you a pinpointed number other than I know it's a good one. It's a very well-regarded platform. Job listing thousands of freelance job postings daily. Reputations known and trusted in the freelance community. I do like this one. It is on this list. Again, it's one of my top 12. It's not like some of the ones in the upper part of this list, but it's still a good one. So it's on here for that reason. Now, we just went over Jobspresso. I love that one as well. Let's get to the next one. This is number 11, I believe. So it's called Working Nomads. Now, Working Nomads, this is one of those sites that I do like, and I'm going to explain something to you though that I don't like. So, Working Nomads, it creates remote job listings suitable for digital nomads. Great text. That's actually from their site. So that's not my verbiage, but I approved it when it's presented to me. So I said, yeah, let's go with that. Covers a wide range of categories: development, design, and sales. It's on here because of sales. I like sales, but also here's what I don't like. $17.95 monthly subscription to get to their premium database, which gives you access to 30,000 remote jobs. I think that's kind of high. I mean, I just do. I think it's kind of high. I mean, to me, that's $18, and if I'm paying for it every single month for 3 or 4 months in a row, I mean, to me, it's kind of high. So do I like that? I don't like that part of it, but it's a good platform if you're looking for a remote job. Each one of these are, but it's a good platform. It's just that I don't like that. This would probably be, and it's why it's at the bottom here, number 11, I believe. It's on the bottom because of that reason, or for that reason. So I don't like the idea they charge that much. I think it should be half that price. That's my opinion, but that's their entry level way to get in. Let's get down to the last one here. Working Nomads. Did I already talk about that? Yeah, I guess I did. So maybe I did hit them all. So I've got Yeah, that was it. That was number 12. Cool. I'm glad I got it all done. So I guess when you're going from 1 to 12 and you're trying to talk as fast as you can because you don't want to, I know you guys got Saturday morning, you got things to do, but if you're looking for a career, why not take 20 minutes, 30 minutes to hop on Saturday morning here at 10 o'clock with me just to check out some of these jobs. Now, let me give you some other information. Next week, next Saturday, I'm going to talk about some of the tools that I use in my business. And some of these tools you can use when you're looking for a career or you're looking to start a side gig and you want to make it as efficient as possible. I've been doing this a long time and I make a point of using tools that help me in my business to make it very efficient. So I don't have to have a staff of 120 some folks, which is what I had at my last business. It wasn't 120, it was my 116, 17 people. But there was a lot of folks. And, don't get me wrong, building a business and all the stuff I'm doing, you need a staff. But when it comes to some of these things, using the tools that I'm going to recommend next week can help you to build that business and help it to grow and help you to prosper. So, yeah, we'll be talking about that next week, the tools that I use to build $1 million business. And I'll be talking about that next week. So listen, if you've got any questions, let me see if I have any more comments here. I don't know that I do. Teacher Kelly, yeah, you commented again. Haven't heard of this one. Yeah, I'm glad that you're looking at this, Teacher Kelly, because you know what? A lot of folks haven't. And then there's another comment here. When you reach out to these sites, how do you know if someone is reaching out is a scammer or not? These sites, I know they're not a scammer. That's a good question because there's a lot of people out there who are not, I'm very skeptical on everything that I do. Everything. I mean, from personal stuff to business stuff, I've learned over time and I've learned the hard way to be skeptical. Skeptical. Is that how you say it? Skeptical. I've learned to be very skeptical on things and people I deal with, people I work with. I'm also very cautious. So Franklin, let me just kind of help out a little bit here and say, these are good sites. I know you can trust them. If you do something, if you run into a site, this list or any other ones, and it's a problem, let me know. I'll look into it and I'll let you know what I find. But my job here is to help you to find a remote job, help you to find or start a business if that's what you want to do, a side gig, full-time business. That's what I want to do. I do a lot of research. It's what I learned a long time ago. When you're running a chain of business-to-business magazines, you got to do a lot of research on the articles, the information you're presenting to people who are in business, because those folks like you, they're very discerning. They want the best of the best. They're not messing around. There's no BS. You got to give them the facts. You got to give them the information that's going to help them to build their business. So yeah, please do that. So Franklin, thanks again, buddy. Thank you for doing that. Let me get out of the comments section here and let me go ahead and hop onto the banner here. Or I'm sorry, let me get to this. I'm telling you what I'm doing here, right? All right. So anyways, that's all I got for you today, my friends. Got any questions? Send me a comment. Please go ahead and subscribe to Over 50 TV. Trying to get to that 50,000 mark. It's just not happening as fast as I thought it would. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So all I've got for you is what I've given you, and I am going to sign out, my friends. Have a great day, everybody.